Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the place where you don't get the polished dealership rehearsals, you don't get the scripted marketing fluff, and you definitely don't get the same old sugar-coated lines you've heard 100 times before. Here, it's raw, it's real, and it's all about giving you the kind of review that actually helps you decide whether a car is worth your money or not. So, buckle up, because today we're diving into a vehicle that has quietly become one of the most important compact SUVs under the 2026 Kia Sportage. Exterior: the Sportage has always been a solid option for anyone looking for that sweet spot between affordability, practicality, and just enough style to avoid blending into traffic. Over the years, Kia has pushed the boundaries in design, tech, and value, and with this 2026 model, they're trying to elevate the Sportage into a category where it's not just competing with the likes of the Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, or Hyundai Tucson. It's aiming to feel more premium while still keeping its everyday appeal. And let me tell you, there's a lot to unpack here. Let's start with the first thing that grabs your attention: the exterior. From the front, the 2026 Kia Sportage continues Kia's bold design language, but they've toned down some of the overly aggressive details of the outgoing model. The signature tiger nose grille is still here, but it's sleeker and more integrated into the headlights, giving the front fascia a cleaner, more upscale look. The headlights themselves are slimmer, with Kia's new signature daytime running light design that kind of carves into the grille like a blade. The front bumper has a bit more character to it. It's chunkier, with sharper sculpting around the lower air intakes, which gives the SUV a bit of athletic energy without going overboard. It feels like Kia has finally found that balance between being modern and stylish without scaring away buyers who want something more mature. Moving to the side profile, this is where you notice how much the Sportage has grown up. The proportions are well balanced. There's a strong shoulder line that runs across the doors and slightly kicks up toward the rear, giving it a sense of forward motion. The wheel arches are slightly squared off, adding a rugged touch, and depending on the trim you pick, you can get wheels that range from practical 17-inch designs to bold, blacked-out 20-inch alloys on the higher trims. Kia also offers a floating roof effect with contrasting roof colors on some versions, which definitely adds a bit of flair if you like your SUV to stand out. The overall silhouette feels longer and more refined than the older versions. It doesn't scream budget SUV anymore, and that's a big deal. At the back, Kia has continued the theme of sharp, modern styling. The taillights are now connected by a sleek LED light bar, a trend we're seeing across the industry, but it works here. The lower bumper has been reworked to give the Sportage a wider stance, and the rear hatch is clean, with the Kia badge placed proudly in the center. Depending on the trim, you'll see either a rugged skid plate look or a more polished body color finish. It's not trying too hard to be flashy, but it definitely has presence. If you pull up in this SUV, nobody's going to think you settled for the cheapest option. They'll probably assume you paid a little extra for style. Interior: step inside, and the 2026 Sportage shows off just how far Kia's interiors have come. This is where you really feel the difference compared to older models. The dashboard is dominated by wide, curved display that merges the digital gauge cluster with the central infotainment screen, similar to what we've seen in Kia's higher-end models like the EV6. The graphics are crisp, the response time is quick, and the layout is intuitive. Physical buttons are still present for climate control, and the rotary dial gear selector in some trims adds a touch of modern sophistication. Material quality has also taken a big step up. Soft-touch materials are used generously across the dashboard and doors, and Kia offers optional leather upholstery with contrast stitching that really elevates the cabin. Even in the lower trims, the cloth seats feel supportive and well-made. The front seats are spacious, with available heating and ventilation, and the rear seats offer plenty of legroom and headroom, something families will appreciate. The panoramic sunroof option makes the cabin feel even more open and airy, which is a big plus in this segment. Cargo space is also strong, with a wide opening and a flat load floor, making it practical for everything from grocery runs to road trips. Tech and convenience features are where Kia continues to over-deliver. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, though on higher trims you get the wired, higher bandwidth versions with better quality. There's wireless charging, a premium Harman Kardon audio system option, and multiple USB-C ports spread throughout the cabin. Safety and driver assist tech is also General Set adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and forward collision avoidance are either standard or available depending on trim. Kia wants this SUV to feel like a premium product without forcing you to spend luxury money, and honestly, they've nailed it. Performance-wise, Kia gives you a few options depending on what you're after. The standard engine is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder that makes around 190 horsepower, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's not going to blow your mind, but it's more than enough for daily commuting and highway driving, and it feels smooth and predictable. For those who want better efficiency, there's the hybrid option, a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine paired with an electric motor, giving you about 225 horsepower and much better fuel economy. Then there's the plug-in hybrid version, which bumps power to around 260 horsepower and offers an all-electric driving range of over 30 miles, making it a great option for those who want to slash fuel costs while still having the flexibility of a gas engine for longer trips. All-wheel drive is available, and while this isn't an off-road beast, the Sportage does handle light trails in rough weather with confidence. On the road, the Sportage is impressively comfortable. The suspension tuning strikes a nice balance between soaking up bumps and keeping the body composed in corners. Steering is light but accurate, making city driving easy, and on the highway, it feels stable and planted. Noise insulation has also improved, though you don't get that droning road noise that some budget SUVs still struggle with. It's not a sporty SUV by any means, but for the average buyer who wants comfort, efficiency, and a bit of versatility, it hits the sweet spot. Now, let's talk money, because at the end of the day, that's where Kia really makes its case. The 2026 Sportage starts at just under $30,000 for the base model, which is competitive in its class. The hybrid pushes that to around $34,000, and the plug-in hybrid hovers closer to $38,000 to $40,000 depending on options. Fully loaded, with all the bells and whistles, you're looking at around $44,000. For what you're getting in terms of design, tech, performance options, and safety features, that's still an excellent value compared to some of the pricier competition. So, what's the verdict? The 2026 Kia Sportage is no longer just the smart budget pick, it's a serious contender that combines bold styling, a tech-heavy interior, multiple powertrain choices, and a price point that makes sense. It's versatile enough for families, stylish enough for young professionals, and efficient enough for anyone trying to cut down on fuel costs. Is it perfect? No SUV is. Some people may still prefer the driving feel of the RAV4 hybrid or the resale confidence of a CR-V. But if you're willing to give Kia a chance, the Sportage delivers more than most people expect, and in this class, that's exactly what matters. And that wraps up today's review. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the 2026 Kia Sportage and want more raw, unfiltered takes on the cars that actually matter, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Car Flash, and turn on the bell so you never miss our latest uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.